Welcome to another episode of Core Top Tens. I'm Legacy.
And I'm Max.
I'm Bobby.
Vitamin J.
All right. And we're back again with another exciting list on a beautiful Monday. This time we are doing least favorite animated Disney movies. And that includes Pixar as well. We all judged it different ways. We ended up getting a total of 23 movies from the Disney Pixar brand. Before we start, if you don't mind taking a moment, grabbing your mouse, clicking that subscribe, also clicking that like, turning on the notifications so you don't miss whenever we drop a video, as well as feel free to like and leave a comment. All right, gentlemen, are we ready?
Of course.
All right. So there was a total of 13 movies made on the list because we had a four-way tie at 10th place. It is several movies coming in all with 7 points. The first one we're going to talk about was voted on solely by Max. It is Sleeping Beauty.
Beautiful maiden with a spell-binding destiny.
On her 16th birthday, she would prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel.
From this slumber you shall wake. When true love's kiss, the spell shall break.
I'm surprised no one else did. Simply, the reason is because it is one of the most boring movies you'll ever see. It's up there. You don't think so?
I don't think it's that boring.
You really?
Yeah, I don't think it's that boring. No.
Wow.
I actually enjoyed it.
It probably would have been on my list, but I haven't watched the whole thing of Sleeping Beauty.
Wow.
Maybe.
I thought it was better than like Cinderella. You know?
No, ain't better than
Yeah.
Cinderella. What's next? You gonna say it's better than Snow White?
Actually, yeah, I would prefer Snow White. The animation of Maleficent. Don't get me wrong. I like Snow White. I love the animation of Snow White. The animation of Maleficent, especially when she turns into a dragon, is just a beautiful piece of art.
It can be a beautiful piece of art and a boring movie. Doesn't make it a good movie. But yeah, I mean that's why because it's so boring.
Just wait till we talk about Goofy movie. No, I'm just kidding.
We ain't talking about
Don't even start. Don't even start. There'd be several people not pleased with you if you dare put that on this. On Rotten Tomato, Sleeping Beauty does have an 89% tomato meter and an 80% audience score.
Well, I know it's well liked. That wasn't a question. That's why I'm glad we switched it from worst to least favorite, because it's objectively you can't say this is a bad movie, but it just wasn't very entertaining to me. And the best movies to me are ones you can watch again and again.
Fair enough. All right, we're going to go into our next movie. This movie came in with a 87% tomato meter score, 86% audience score, and was described by one very popular critic saying the movie's a ton of fun. Must see for anyone who grew up playing 80s arcade games, and their kids will love it too. It is Ralph Breaks the Internet.
We are going to the internet!
Super excited. Just one minor thing. What is the internet? Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, I don't know what the critics were thinking there, because I'm pretty sure it's a consensus that this movie sucks.
A lot of it is just like, oh, here's a reference to another Disney property. Here's a reference to another Disney property. It's just crossover. It's really annoying. A lot of the jokes about the internet have already aged terribly. That's why for a lot of movies, referencing pop culture or something is really not a good idea because you date yourself really quickly. I don't know. This thing wasn't nearly as good as the first one.
Wasn't a big fan of it. It did nothing to improve on its predecessor. Which means if you're gonna make a sequel, you gotta try to do stuff that improves on the predecessor, and it didn't do it. In fact, it makes it worse. All the key aspects of the first movie they pretty much abandoned in the second one. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see it rated so highly. I haven't seen it, but from what I read online about it, like I said, I mostly see negative things. So I'm surprised to see the tomato meter had it in the 80s.
I think of some people, after they've did their review, they've gone home and they've rewatched the movie, and they're like, you know what? It's just bad. It's like, on our Flash review, I think I gave it like a 6 or a 7. And now, after re-seeing some scenes, it's like a 4 or 5.
I would agree.
As the critics also gave Kingdom of the Crystal Skull or Iron Man 3 good reviews. So.
And Superman Returns, I believe, is positive as well.
Yeah. I don't know if I can trust some of these critics sometimes.
I haven't watched it. All right, we're going to go into our next movie. It was voted on by Just D3. This movie had a 0% tomato meter score, 43% audience score. So this one's really agreeing. It is of a classic movie that we all like. The sequel to a classic, Mulan. It's Mulan 2.
Now her legacy continues.
It is a privilege to meet the hero of China.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Mulan 2, an all-new movie.
The spirits tell me Shang will propose to Mulan. She said yes!
Look, whoever directed this film, they should have watched the film, burn everything. Just burn it, act like you lost the film, and just never see a live day again. First of all, you know how they in Mulan, they set it up nicely that Shang and Mulan, they're gonna get together and get married. This movie, they want to create conflict with that. Also, they want to create conflict with Mushu, and Mushu's trying to ruin the wedding. I said that from the first movie to that just seems like an illogical path to take. The animation was piss poor in my opinion. Terrible animation. The story wasn't good. The songs weren't good. If I can say one good thing about it is that it's under 2 hours long. I guess if I gotta say one good thing about it, it's not a long movie. But you know, I did slowly feel my childhood being killed in front of my eyes watching that film.
I have not seen many of the sequels to the greatest hits of Disney animation. So I haven't seen like Lion King 2, 1.5, Pocahontas 2. I haven't seen none of them. So I had
1.5 was okay.
But I just
compared to the other
the second
sequels,
ones don't have a good reputation.
Yeah, Mulan 2. I feel sorry for anyone associated with that movie.
Did Eddie Murphy do that one?
I don't think they had the budget for Eddie Murphy.
Then you already know it's going to be inferior.
Oh yeah.
So therefore, you're never not putting in the best effort in the movie. So that's why I don't watch those.
Yeah, it was on. I remember it was once on Disney Channel, and I saw like the first 10 minutes, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'd rather do something else in my life right now."
And that was a wise choice on your part.
We're gonna move into our next one. This was also in 10th place. It was voted on by 2 people. We're going back to D3 and Vitamin J. 28% tomato meter score and a 28% audience score. This is Doug's first movie.
This spring, prepare yourself for the biggest adventure of Doug's life. It's Doug's first movie.
Yeah, when Disney took over Doug, they ruined it. They're going to Doug, great show. Disney Doug, steam pile garbage.
It's crazy the immediate drop in quality too.
Yeah, and like I didn't like some of the character redesigns they did.
No.
The Disney version of Doug didn't feel like Doug to me. No. That wasn't Doug funny. That's all I'm saying.
It's more Doug unfunny.
Knee slapper.
I was about to say the same thing.
Well, get out of here. Get out of here. Leave. Leave. I will say, I didn't watch the movie, but I love the TV show, the Nickelodeon version. So I used to watch the Disney version when it was on ABC. Yeah, it wasn't the same. They even changed the theme song to Doug.
Man, I know.
Too. And that was the new one. I like the old one better.
The old one's much better. But yeah, Doug's first movie, really, really bad. Don't watch it.
But we'll go on to our 9th place movie. I came in with 9 points, voted on by myself and Max. It is a classic. I don't say I hated this movie. It's one of my least favorite. It is Peter Pan.
Walt Disney Pictures presents
Peter Pan!
Where Pixie Dust began and the adventure took flight.
How do we get to Neverland?
Fly, of course.
Say your prayers, Hook.
I'll get you for this, man.
Yeah, because the biggest issue with the movie is that the best part of it, they got the main character wrong. It should have been Captain Hook. He was the best part of the movie.
Yes. Him and Smeed, I did enjoy. I did like his voice. The voice of Captain Hook felt like Captain Hook.
I mean, it's just kind of one of those that I'm like, it's not it was bad. It was just like after it, I kind of felt I'm good. Like my bottom tier is just like movies that like I watched once and I felt good. I didn't really need to see it again.
And this is definitely one you can't go back and show kids. You know, there's some things you got to avoid.
Yeah, it didn't age well.
No, it did not, especially one of the songs.
The idea of Peter Pan and the Lost Boys traveling and all that's cool. The Tinkerbell jealousy. I kind of was like, okay, cool. Movie happened. All right, on to the next one.
Well, for one that had a 77% critics and 80% audience. A good test for some of these movies, because we watched most of these as kids, if not all of these as kids, and if it didn't hit you as a kid, it probably ain't gonna hit you as well as an adult. This ain't like a King of the Hill, where you just find something you missed as a kid and it gets better as an adult. Now, a lot of these, if it wasn't good as a kid, you ain't gonna like it as an adult.
All right, we're gonna go into our next movie. There was a tie, both coming in with in seventh place, coming in with 10 points. The first one we're going to talk about was again voted on only by myself and Max. It is Dumbo.
Look, the magic feather. I can see it all now. Look, you're flying. You're flying.
That came in with a 95% tomato meter score and a 70% audience score.
That's more in line.
Yeah.
Now explain why y'all don't like it.
I actually didn't really like Dumbo as a kid. I kind of thought it was boring. Didn't really care. Like, the whole idea of an elephant that can fly, that was cool. But, like, everything else in the movie, could have cared less. No interest of seeing this movie. And this is, again, child Philip, like many children, loved watching movies 50,000 times. Just ask my siblings. And that was one I was like, nope, I'm good.
This one isn't bad. It's just this one is so sad that I don't want to watch it again. And there's another one that I'm sure we'll talk about that is that idea times 10. But yeah, I don't like it when his mother's getting taken away. I mean, because she's a mad elephant or something like that.
Yeah, because
so
make a fun for a baby.
I never cared for that, so. And that's really a common theme through my list here, was ones that Disney try to hit you in the feels, but I don't want to feel that feeling. I don't watch movies to feel that.
Dumbo's often cited for having one of the scariest scenes for children, the pink elephant scene. I always enjoyed that. I thought it was hilarious.
I always liked the colors.
I also liked the Timothy Mouse character. I thought he was hilarious. And again, this is a movie that also has a scene that doesn't age well.
Well, the fact you got Jim Crow.
Yeah, one of the Crows is named Jim.
It might not be the greatest. Hence why when they remade the movie, they took they couldn't really do that,
I feel like you could have done the Crows, just not have them use the accents,
Jackie, they redid the birds. They do different types of birds. They wouldn't be crows.
Which, again, this would have been one of those rewrites that would have been like, yeah, you know what? We understand. We have no issues with that. No one can argue not doing those. All right, let's go into our next movie. Also tied in with seventh place. Still just myself and Max. It is Bambi.
It happened!
It isn't every day a prince is born.
They call me Thumper.
Coming in with 91% tomato meter score, 73% audience score.
Oh, yeah, this was another one to me that was really boring. I mean, the only part I liked as a kid was Thumper.
Yep, Thumper is.
Yeah. It's okay for kids to be sad, Max, every once in a while.
I said this one's boring. I don't care that that man was just trying to hunt. Okay, I'm sure he took the meat and used every bit.
Yeah,
that's his nature, baby.
Didn't care for it. I think I fell asleep during it.
What shocked me. Now, I got an interesting fact about Bambi. The voice of Bambi was also in the movie Son of Frankenstein. He plays the little kid in Son of Frankenstein that gets held captive by the monster. If you ever want to know an interesting fact, he was in a horror movie as well.
Of course you would know something like that.
Yeah, I would.
Bobby, that's so cliche of you.
And then later on in life, he became like a drill instructor in the military.
Interesting.
I had no problems with Bambi. It was okay. I mean, I got movies I had more disdain for.
Well, let me put it to you this way: how old were you when you last watched Bambi? Do you think?
Oh God.
Yep. So, you didn't like it very much, did you? You didn't like it that much.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go into our next movie. It was voted on by everybody but myself. Fun fact, I've actually never seen this movie. It came in with 13 points. It came in with a 75% Rotten Tomato score, a 78% audience score. It came out in 1981. It is Fox and Hound.
Disney's classic, The Fox and the Hound. It's the unforgettable story of two friends, Todd
I'm a fox.
and Copper.
I'm a hound.
Two friends who didn't know they were supposed to be enemies.
Copper's gonna come back a trained hunting dog.
But growing up has led them on different paths.
We're still friends, aren't we? Those days are over.
It's just one I never really got into. It's a very sad movie, but it's just one I never got into. And I never understood. As a kid, I was like, why can't they be friends? Now you know the world's just a cruel place. So, as a kid, I was like, why can't they be friends? And outside of that, I just have no memory of this movie, really.
I as a child, I loved they were such good friends. And then after, I forget how long it was, they didn't see each other. Then it's like, that's heartbreaking. And he's trying to kill him.
He did try to kill him. I have the vaguest memory of this movie. I know I've seen it at least 20 times in my life. That shows you how little of an impact this movie left on me.
See, that might be an issue of why I never felt like seeing it, is because, when I watch Disney, I don't watch it for sadness. I watch it to be happy, okay? I don't mind sad movies, but not with my Disney, all right? I want happy. At the end, give me a nice message. Give me a little, maybe a sad scene. Maybe a Mufasa dies. But don't make me weep and cry the whole time.